output, okay, that might not be in the form of the picture, okay. So you'll have to take the screenshot of it. So when you click on this screenshot, it will open a screenshot dialog box, and then it will ask you to take a screenshot of the respective output, and it will insert it to your slide. Then photos and icons and so on. So then you can insert the shapes. This is similar as we have seen over here. These are the different shapes which are available for the direction for the different shapes. Okay. So same option is here. Then insert. What you can say here, a smart art. Okay, smart art is very important. You do create a smart art, but might not be by using such kind of a smart art tool. But I'll tell you how to create it and what is the use of this smart art. Then insert the charts. You can insert the charts if it is required for the explanation. Then you can insert an hyperlink, that is if you are explaining some topic and you want to show that the more information about this topic is available on this link. So you can insert the hyperlink in your presentation, so that whenever you're explaining, you don't have to go back and type the hyperlink. So you can have the hyperlink available on the slide itself, and you can click on that link and it will be redirected to the respective page. You can insert a text box. So let's say by default, you might be selected a new slide with no head, no text content, and suddenly then you want to name this particular image, that what is the type of the flower is. So you want to add below this image the name of this particular image or the type of this particular flower. So what you can do here, you can choose this text box and click below this image. Then it will show you the text box available, and then you can insert the text or the description of the image. Then you can add header and footer. This is very important. You can see here on my slide, my name is displayed on the footer side, that is on the very bottom page, and to the left hand side. Okay, and the right hand side there is a slide number is available. Right? So this option is available under the header and footer. There are two options available under the header and footer. One is to display on right away what you are presenting, and second one is when you take the print of this particular presentation, then I want that my header and footer to also get printed. Okay, so there is another option that what should be get printed as in header and footer when you take a printout of this presentation. Okay, so I'll discuss it. Then word art, this is not, let's say, popularly used for educational or the academic presentations. This word art some, what I can say, computations which are related to, allows you to write your headings or write the names in a very different formats, very different arts be presented. There are different templates available under this, and you can use a suitable templates with that. You can add date and time in your presentation. Okay, then you can add separately, the slide number is separately given over here. Then you can add various objects. Equation is very important if it is a presentation related to your mathematical subjects, or if it is related to the physics subject, or any subject which requires the special symbols or the equations to be elaborated. Okay, so once you click on this equation, it will open the equation editor, and then you can write the equation. Remember everyone, many times I have seen presentations of the research scholars or the presentation of my students when they are presenting for the project seminars or anywhere else. When you are using some standard formulas, okay, and you want to use that formula in your presentations, I have seen they take the image of that formula. Okay, so when you take an image of the formula, that is very bad representation, because it will first of all blur that formula. The symbols used in the formula are not clear. Every symbol has a very good meaning, and if they are not clearly visible, then meaning of that complete equation gets changed. Okay, so whenever you want to use equation in your presentation, always type it. Okay, whether even though it is ready-made available in some textbooks, online books, or somewhere on the internet, do not copy it as an image. Okay, have a reference of that equation, but typewrite by your own. That will completely change your presentation view, that will add more, what you can say, good representation of your contents. Then special symbols is also there, and the last is about the media, that is you can add video and the audio files. For video and audio file, it must be already available. For audio, you can have different audio effects available, some of the tunes available in the background that you can add. So this audio and video files you can add whenever it is required, but ensure that the link which you are adding must be in the same folder in which you are creating your presentation, so that let's say when you create a folder on your machine and you want to present this presentation somewhere else on the another student's machine or some institutional machine, then in that case ensure your audio and video file will work properly, because when you are inserting these files, it will link with the address or the folder which is available. So all the contents must be in the same folder, and whenever you are doing it, you must ensure that before starting a presentation, just click on that video and the audio file and ensure it is working. If it is not working, then remove it and again reinsert from that location where you copied your folder, right? That is the only simple remedy for this, right? Otherwise, you will end up, let's say you have a video inserted or the audio inserted in your presentation, and when you are actually presenting it, then it is not working. It will show an error that link is not available. Okay? That is due to because you have created the presentation on your machine, the address was different, and when you are presenting on another machine, the address is different. That is it. Now next is bullets in the paragraph. So I told you that here in the options of numbers and the bullets, so you can, like say, types of the population. So you can use here the numbers, that is numerical, like say listing, or this bullet formats. So in bullet formats, there are various options are available. You can use a circle, you can use the blank circle, you can use square boxes filled, you can use square boxes blank, and this last symbol, and there are few more symbols available, right? You can use your customized symbol also by clicking on these bullets and numbers, right? So this is very important because everything should not be written in the paragraph. Okay. So if my heading is the types of population and I'm listing this the types of population in the form of paragraph, that will not create an impact in my presentation. So when there is a, like say, types you are listing, or you want to list something which is a list of items are there, then it should always be represented in the bullet points. So background of the slide, so you can go to the after insert, there is a design option. So when you go to the design options, there are various designs. By default, design templates are available. So you can use any one of these templates as per the requirements. And this is very important to choose a sophisticated, what you can say, design background when you are presenting. First of all, analyze that what you are presenting, whether your presentation is about some academic project, whether it is related to some of your presentation related to some academic topic. Okay, then background should be the good and the sophisticated. Okay, it should not be very dark background and it will hide the context. Okay, so always ensure that your content is more important than what is a background is. So sometimes what people do is they set a very dark background, and what they write on the slides, their content is not visible, it gets hides in that background. Okay? So background should be kept in such a way that what you are presenting, your contents, your figures, your diagrams, it should be highlighted from that background. Okay? So you can check in my background, the contents has been very well highlighted. It will not hide behind the contents. Right? That is very important when you choose a design template for your presentation. So these are different visual effects or the animations that you can use for your presentation. But be sure that when you are using this animations, this should not end up in disturbing the participants, because if this, let's say, they add this animations, but that will be so irritating that it will take large time to get the content loaded. Okay, so here you can see the options which are available, that there are various options that how the contents or particular image will be displayed, whether it is growing and shrinking, whether it is like say lightning, whether it is transparency creating, or whether it is feeding the contents and then reappearing and so on. But the very important here, you can check here, I'm moving my cursor over there, that is start on click, then their duration and the display. Okay, see how much duration will it take to do this animation. Okay, it should not be too fast, it should not be too slow. Okay, if it is too fast, then it is also disturbing. If it is too slow, then it will be let's say very much take a time, it will consume a time, and participants will lose the concentration due to this, right? So use this not for all the slides. Few people use this and apply this to all the slides. So every content will be appearing in the same animation format. So use it at a very specific place where you want to show the something which is in a let's say animation is really required. Otherwise, it is not mandatory to use the animation in your slides. Only use it when it is required. And this is very important. Always say it is start on click, because when you click on the next slide, then it will start. Otherwise, what happens is if you don't select the start on click, it will automatically start. That means we don't know now like how much time you require to explain any one slide. So this is one of the slides. How much time do I take to explain this slide? Or when I'm explaining this slide, some question might come and I'll have to more wait on this slide only. So when you have an automatic start of an animation, it will not stay on this slide. It will immediately change the slide after 4 seconds, right? And that will be irritating, that you will have to always click on previous, because it has some fixed duration and it will change the next slide or change the animation to the next slide without click. So when you say start on click, then until and unless you don't click here and say next slide, the animation will not be started, right? So that is important. And there are various other options are also available. Then steps to design another. Next step is a slideshow. Like to watch the slideshow. This is again might not be like say, I don't know how many of you have faced this problem, but few people face this problem because when it has been asked, they start the PowerPoint file. Okay, but in the PowerPoint file when you start it, it is not in a presentation mode. Presentation mode is different, right? In the presentation mode, you can see the entire screen is displaying with this presentation. So right now you can see my screen is having the complete the presentation slide is being displayed over here. So this kind of a mode we call it as a presentation. When you open the PowerPoint slide, PowerPoint your file, then it will not be directly in the presentation, right? So what you need to do is you need to click on the slide show from the toolbar, or there is a shortcut key is there, F5. Okay, from your keyboard, if you open your PowerPoint file and you will press the F5, then it will make the presentation mode, it will start the presentation, right? So this is very important. When you give your presentation, ensure that your file is visible in the presentation. So that's it about the PowerPoint presentation. So I'll quickly tell you this. So do I need to tell this, explore this in a practical way? Can you reply in the chat box? Okay, so shall we continue to the next topic? Okay, I'll quickly tell how much time we have. We have very less time available, that's why I could not be able to show the demonstration actually. Because until and unless we don't have the demonstration, the things are not good to explain theoretically. So, better next time, if we have better time, we'll explain about this more, and I'll show you very important things according to the student point of view. When you want to add a reference, when you want to add some equations or diagrams, how to use a smart art insertion. Okay, these are very important things. We will discuss this later on when you have the workshop more focusing on such kind of things, right? So there are so many things remaining again to explain. So I will move to the next topic. So next is the Google Meet. This is a very popular ICT tool. As I told you, the students are attending it online. So when they want to present their work to their faculties or to their instructors, then they'll have to use some of the platform for online communication. So this is Google Meet is one of thing. Other platforms are like say Zoom is there, Zoom meeting is there, Cisco Webex is there, say then there is a one more platform that is Teams, that is by Microsoft Teams. So there are many online platforms nowadays available for conducting the online classes, the online webinars, right? So these are the very interactive, and each one of it have their own unique way. There are some advantages or disadvantages and okay. So Google Meet is available with your Gmail account, and it is free to use. There is no cost you need to purchase it. And second is, let's say about disadvantage, it has some limits, right? So how many participants should be there? But yes, if it is in class, the class strength is not more than 100, then you can very easily use a Google Meet for conducting the classes and for the presentation. So to start the Google Meet, you have to click on this link, that is https://meets.google.com, or what you can do is you can open your Gmail account, and then on the top right hand side corner there is this, you can say, the grid of dots. This grid of dots is representing the Google Apps. So when you click on this Google Apps, there you can see there is an application of a Google Meet available by the name of Meet. Okay, so this is an application. So you can either go through this link or you can click on this, but ensure that you have logged in into your Gmail account. That is important. So once you click on here, you will get this first page displayed, right? So this first page, it will show you this blank format, and it will ask you whether you want to start a meeting or whether you want to join it, right? So if you have opened it to join the meeting, then you will be asked to enter a code or the nickname which is being provided by the organizer of the meeting, and then once you enter the code, you can the option will be available to join. Okay, so that is about joining a meeting. Next is to start a new meeting. Once you click on this new meeting, you will get these three options. You can see in the second image there are three options available. First is create a meeting for latter. Second is start an instant meeting, and the third one is schedule in Google Calendar. So these three options are used in a different way as per the requirements. So let's say, for example, you want to schedule a class for tomorrow, right? And it is not a class today, it is a tomorrow's class you want to schedule. So you can schedule it by using a Google Calendar, and you can link it, right? And if you want to schedule a meeting, if you want to create a meeting, but that meeting will be conducted later on, might be tomorrow, might be day after tomorrow, or might be at any time, and you don't know that when we will be going to conduct, right? When you are scheduling meeting by using Google Calendar, you will have to fix the date and time of the meeting, right? See on what date and what time you are going to conduct this meeting, right? But when you click on create a meeting for latter, it will just create a link for the meeting without any date and a time. That means this link can be used at any time on any date, right? So this is the difference between this. And start an instant meeting means what? It will immediately start the meeting right away. So we'll explore each one of this point. So I have clicked here, create a meeting for latter. So the first is create an instant meeting. So when you click on this create start an instant meeting, so this page will appear, right? So this page will have various options available. So the first option is whenever you click on start an instant meeting, it will ask you first of all the permission to access the microphone and video from your system, right? So it's an audio visual meeting, so you can turn on your camera as well as you can turn on your audio. So this is an application, external application. It is not installed on your machine. It is an online application that you are using from your Gmail account. So this application needs the permission to access the hardware from your system, right? And that's why what happens is we might be in very hurry that we are presenting it. We might get panicked and we don't read the instructions which is displayed over there. Okay, when you start the meeting, you don't read the instruction, and instead of saying allow, you may click on the block, or you may just left it away without selecting any options. So then when you are presenting, you try to find out that what's the problem, why my voice is not being getting audible, or why am I not audible to my participants. Okay, so ensure that here also there is a speaker symbol available. If this speaker symbol is available with cross mark, okay, if cross mark is there, it means that the microphone access is not given to your meeting, right? So you must click on this audio, this speaker symbol, and then it will say that allow meet.google.com to use your microphone, and once you click on allow, then you will be audible to your participants. Okay, this is one option. Second is adding the participant. Now this is an instant meeting that we have created. So once you click on the instant meeting, the meeting will get started. Now there comes adding the participants, right? So you will have to click on this symbol. You can see here on the bottom right hand side corner, this is the participant symbol. Right now only one is displaying over here. So you are the only one participant who has started this meeting instantly. And now when you click on this, it will ask you to add the people. So there are two options available. One is your meeting is ready, so you can click here add other participant from this panel or from this right hand side bottom corner panel, any one of this. Or what you can do is you can copy this meeting information. That is, this is the link of your meeting. This is the code of the meeting. That is ICT-GDPP-TFO. Okay, this is the link. So once you copy this, there is a copy symbol is there. This is a copy symbol, and you can copy this meeting invitation link, and you can mail it, or you can send it on WhatsApp or by using personal messages to the person to whom you want to join for this meeting, right? So there are three options. You can add directly from, let's say if there are two people, one you and another person you want to take a meeting with, then you can click on add other, and you can enter the email address of that person. But let's say there are 30-40 participants are there in the meeting, then that is not feasible to add each one of the participants' email ID for the meeting. So in that case, you can copy this link of the meeting and you can share this link to your participants, right? Then creating a meeting for ladder. This is a second option, that is create a meeting for ladder, right? Once you click on this option, it will not start the meeting. Let's say here when you click on this start an instant meeting, it will instantly start the meeting and you will get an option like this. But when you click on create a meeting for ladder, it will just create that here is your joining information, right? So this is the link it will create. You must copy this information about the meeting. You can save it for the later use. So listen, so this is a link which is created by you. So you are the organizer of the meeting, or you are the host of the meeting. Until and unless, let's say you have shared this particular link with 4 or 5 other participants with whom you want to conduct the meeting, right? So when these participants click on this meeting, it will say that host has not yet started, or the meeting is not yet started. Until and unless you being the host of the meeting or the organizer of the meeting don't start it, the participant won't be able to join for it, right? So you can share this link, create this link for the meeting for the ladder, and you can share this meeting link with all the participants with whom you want to conduct the meeting. And then whenever you want to conduct, at whatever time you want to conduct, just before 2 or 3 minutes, you can tell them that we are going to start the meeting in 5 minutes, join them. Okay? And then you start from your side first, and then let other participants to get into the meeting, right? So this is what is the difference between create meeting for ladder. Next is schedule a meeting in Google Calendar, right? So this is the third option, schedule in Google Calendar. So once you click on this schedule in a Google Calendar, it will show you this next page wherein you need to add the title of the meeting. So let's say it is a meeting for academic council or a meeting for let's say students issues and anything. So this title will appear to everyone. So to whom you are sharing this link of the meeting or the information of the meeting, they can see the agenda of this meeting. So this is a title. Then here you can see below this the time zone, like say on what date you want to conduct this meeting. So you have to select the date and the time from to, like say from 4 to 5 p.m. or from 3 to 5 p.m. or from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and so on. Or whether it is from 20 September to 20 September, that is only for the 1 day, or whether you want to create it for the 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days and so on. So if you are creating it 5 days, then all for 5 days of the workshop, the same link will be used for the participants, right? So you can, let's say if there is no restriction for 24 hours, you want to click on 1 day, 24 hours, the link should be open. Then you can click here all day. So there won't be any restriction of the time. The link will be available for all. And there is another option, does not repeat. That means once you start the meeting and end the meeting, that link will be invalid. Okay? So if you click on do repeat, then this link will be used for every day, all day and every day, right? So that is the simple short options. Now in the event details, here join with the Google Meet. So Google Meet link is been already created. You can see below this join Google Meet. This is the link of your Google Meet. So you can copy from here and share with the participants, or you can save it for your own purpose. In the settings, it will allow you for the permissions of the meeting, right? So the host control is there. That means what participants can do, whether they can send the messages, whether they can mute themselves, or whether they can add other participants in the meeting link and so on. So this is what permissions you want to give to the participants. That setting can be done from this panel. Okay. Then these other options are these options are optional. It is not mandatory to click. So add a location. So you can add a location over here. It's a virtual meeting. So generally we will add a location. Otherwise, if you want, you can add a location. Then this is important about the notification that every participant that you are going to add to this communication will get a notification, like say 10 minutes before start of the meeting, and even you will get a Gmail notification before the start of the 10 minutes of the meeting, right? Or if you want to give for before 15 minutes or before 5 minutes, so there are various options are available. You can click here and you can set as per your requirement, right? And add the notification. Then here it will display here the notification will be sent from your own name, and here there is a color of the notification. This color code you can set it, right? So then you can say it's a priority about this particular notification and visibility, right? You are adding a notification with this particular title or the agenda. You can add more description about it, like why we are conducting this meeting, what are the different objectives of the meeting, or some list of points that we are going to discuss in the meeting, and so on. So these points can be added in the descriptions, right? Now the guest permission, here the guest permissions are there. Whether, let's say, when you click on the Google Calendar meeting, this particular meeting will appear in the Google Calendar of other participants or the guests who are joining for this meeting. They can save it on their own Google Calendar if required. So what are the permission that you can give to the guest or other community participants is modify the event. If you click on here, then other participant can here modify the event that you have created. Otherwise, they won't be able to modify. This is an option that is invite others. Like if you want that this link can be used by other participants to invite their more other colleagues or the participants, then they will be able to do this if this option is ticked while creating the link. If this option is unticked while creating the link, then you as a host only will be able to add the new participants or give invitation to other participants. Otherwise, no other participant can invite it by using the link which you have created. Then see the guest list. like say in some of the cases, everyone want to share the participants list with the other participants. Okay, so I just want them the participant must be able to see the organizer or the host, not the other participant list. So in that case, you can untick this see guest list so that the participants who are attending the meeting cannot see exactly who other people are attending the meeting or which are the other participants who are attending this meeting, right? So these are the options, security options, you can say the controls that you can use during the meeting, right? So this is important, like presentation during the meeting. So this will generally start a blank meeting where no presentation is started. Now you as one of the participants want to give a presentation during the meeting. In that case, you will have to start the presentation. Ensure that you have joined a meeting video call at the bottom. Then click present now. So here there's an option. You can check here and move the cursor here. So this option will allow you present. So once you click on this present now, there is a 2-3 list as available. First is entire screen. So when you share the entire screen, then everything, whatever you do on your system will be reflected to all the participants' screen, right? So do not select this option entire screen until and unless you are not switching in between the screen. Okay, switching in between the screen is what? You are presenting some PowerPoint presentation, and in doing the PowerPoint presentation, you want to share another screen to say to demonstrate something or to show some execution of your project and so on. So in that case, you may require to share the entire screen, because every time what happens is you have to stop the current presentation and you have to again share the screen with another window. So instead of doing this, if there is I'm telling you, if there is only one time switching of the screen is there, then don't select this option, because that is very disturbing to the participant. If you are very frequently switching in between the screen, that is you are presenting some points, then again you are going back to execution, then again coming back to the presentation, then again going to your execution. If there is a frequent switching between 2 or 3 screens, then you can say select entire screen for the presentation. Please mute yourself, participant who is there. Who is this participant? Bomila? Bomila, can you mute yourself? So this is one of the etiquette in the presentation or in the meeting. So whenever you are joining a meeting as one of the participant, always ensure that you have turned off your camera and you have turned off your audio also. Because what happens is, when you are attending a meeting related to your academics or related to anywhere, even if you are a participant in the workshops or the seminars or STTPs or FTPs, okay? So what happens, it will create a noise, and let me show the back picture. Even if your video is turned off, then while presentation, some other person is presenting his or her screen, and if your video is turned on, then that will disturb the other participants. So always ensure whenever you are joining it, until and unless you are not the presenter, don't turn on your video or the audio until and unless you are not a presenter or you are not being asked to share something, right? So keep it in the mute state. So this is about the first option, to share the entire screen. Second is a window. So let's say, for example, in your machine, in your system, you have opened browser, you have opened presentation, you have opened documents, you have opened some folder. So there are so many system applications are open. When you click on share a window, it will first of all display a small message that what you want to share. Do you want to share a presentation? Do you want to share a folder? Do you want to share a document? Or do you want to share a browser? So you can see the list is available. So from that list, you will have to select the presentation. So, but ensure that if you want to share your presentation, so before clicking on this share option, your presentation must be open, and then only it will show you in the list. So sometimes what happens, people don't open the presentation file, and then they click on the share and they don't find that their presentation is not visible because of that the file is not. So So make sure that in the background your file is open, even though it must be in the presentation mode, and then you click on this share a window, and from list of options you will have to select the presentation, right? And there is a third option. Right now it is not available here, but there is a third option, that is share a tab. Okay? Share a tab. So tab is what? See, this Google Meet link, it opens in the browser only. Okay. So in the browser, if you want to show something online, okay, so instead of sharing any other screen, you want to share the browser's another tab. So whenever you click on a tab, it will ask you to which tab you want to share. There might be 2-3 tabs you have open. So when you select a particular tab, then this sharing will be of the browser's any other tab. Let's say in the last class, I have shared with you a tab of the Google form. So that was not the PowerPoint presentation, that was not any Word document, or that was not any folder. That was the browser. So whenever you want to share the browser's tab, then there is a third option will appear over here, that is share a tab. So these are the 3 different options. According to your requirement, you have to select an appropriate option for the presentation, and then it will start the presentation after you. To stop the presentation, in the meeting window, again click on the same option. So if you are right now presenting and again clicking on this present option, it will show you the option of stop presentation. Or on the screen when you are presenting, on the upper right hand side corner, it will show the stop presentation. So you can see, I'll show you this option. Then chat during the meeting. So it depends upon the host, whether the host is allowing you to chat during the meeting or send messages during the meeting. So here I am the host, so I have these options available. If you are the participant, then this option will not be available at your end. Okay. In my login, in my video meeting, I have this option available. So in order to chat a meeting, you can see here bottom right hand side corner, this symbol of the chat is available. Once you click on this, you will get in the second image. This chat window will open. This is the in-call messages, and let everyone to send the messages. This is turned on right now. So if it is turned on, then every participant of the meeting can share their messages and send the messages by using this chat box. If you turn this on, off, then participant won't be able to share the messages, but only you are able to send the messages. So this feature can be used, for example, if you are presenting some important topic and you want to have the opinion of all the participants on this particular discussion. If you keep this message, let everyone send messages all the times on, then there might be, like say, few people have a habit to send messages which are not relevant or which are not important. Then in that case, what will happen, the important point or the important message may get skipped. Okay. So what you can do is, or you might be presenting something and people are sending their opinions. So while you are presenting, you cannot read the message at the same time. So you will stop the presenting and then you can read the message, right? So in that case, what will happen, in between, like say there are thousands of participants who are attending the meeting, then there is a flow of the messages. There are hundreds of messages will come into the message chat box. So you cannot read every message so fast. So few of the very important messages or opinions get skipped. So to avoid that, what you can do is, you can turn off this setting until you or while you are presenting, and once you're done with the presentation, then you will ask participants to share their opinion, and then you turn on the messages. What will happen that once you are done with your presentation, then your all concentration will be on the chat box, and you can read every message carefully, and you can take the opinion of every single person, right? So that will not avoid of skipping anyone's message or the feelings or the opinion. So this is important features. We generally avoid it, we don't use it, but that is important if you use it. Then recording of the meeting, I know that recording is not available in the general Gmail account. You will have to have the institutional login or the paid GHRCE login in order to record the meeting. But if you are using it, you should know how to record. So once you join the meeting, this is the screen available, and if you click on these 3 dots, you can see these 3 dots, it will open some list of options. So you can use a whiteboard during the meeting to explain something, to elaborate your points, and there is a second option to record meeting. You can change layout, you can make a full screen of your presentation or take your screen. Then you can change the background even. So if you have turned on your video and you are at home and the background is messy and you don't want to display it, then you can change the background, you can blur it, you can use various themes available in the Gmail, or you can set your own background. Right? Captions are, let's say, whatever let's say if you are discussing something with a person who doesn't understand your language properly, right? So in that case you can use the caption. So whatever you are speaking, everything will be appear in the text format on the participant screen. Okay? So that is a captions format. Then use a phone for audio or video. Like so this option will be available. Like say if you are attending the meeting from a phone, then you are obviously using the audio of your phone. Then that is by default will be turned on. And if you are attending a meeting from your system, then your system's audio or video is being used for the meeting. But if you have connected a meeting by using your system as well as on the mobile, then you can let's say see the video on your laptop and you can use your phone for the audio. So that means you can talk to the participants by using your mobile phone, and you can share your screen by using your system. These options can be also available. Then report a problem. This about, let's say, there is some errors are there in the meeting, is not running properly, then you can report a problem. This will go to the Gmail. So then once you click on we are about talking to the recorded meeting. So when you click on the recorded meeting, on the next image you can see here option is available to ensure that you are ready with the presentation, all the participants have joined, and you can start the meeting on the record. So it will ensure that make sure everyone is ready, as well as it will display a very important message. Sometimes meetings are confidential and you don't want it to be disclosed to someone. Okay, so it will show you a message that ensure that recording a meeting without the consent of all the participants may be illegal. Okay, so if we are conducting some official important meeting and there are various participants are there in the meeting, and any one of the participants who is not from the organizing team is recording the meeting. So what will happen is some important points may be disclosed outside, so that you don't want to happen. So that's why if you can make a legal action on such a case, because the Google has already told that whenever you want to record a meeting, you should take the permission from all the participants and all the external guests, including those guests who are right now not there in the meeting, but later on they will join the meeting in between. Okay, so you should take the permission from all the participants as well as all the guests to record the meeting if this is a confidential meeting and every guest or the host or the participant participating will have a different opinion. Right? So once you are sure about this and you click on the start, on the next window you can see this, the meeting recording is started. And to ensure that the meeting recording is started, you have in the left hand side top corner, so it's in this upper corner on the left hand side, the symbol will appear, the red symbol will appear, which have REC, that is a record. If this symbol is appearing on your screen, that means the recording is in progress. Right? Now how to stop the recording? Again we'll have to click on these three dots. So when meeting was not started for the recording, it has shown you the option to record the meeting. When meeting is already in the recording, then it will show you the option of stop recording. Okay. So here you click on the three dots, it will ask you to stop the recording. Again for stopping of the record, it will show you the message that you really want to stop the record. And once you click on this, the meeting will get recording will get stopped. Now where the recording is saved. Okay. So once the recorded meeting is saved, you stop, then you, that means the host, if you are the host, then you will get a mail. You will get an email link as a Google Drive link of the recording that can be shared. Right? So you can check in my mailbox, I have got an email that is meet recording notification. Okay? And this is the link, like say this link will tell me that this recording is for what meeting. So this is the recording for the meeting. The ID is this. Right? So first this three sections of this code will tell me the ID of the mail. Okay? And once I click on this particular mail and open it, it will open like this. So you can see there is a video appearing on here, and this video is available in the Google Drive. So you can say open in Google Drive, you can forward it. You have to provide the permission to whom you are forwarding this recording. Right? So this is how you forward it. So that's it about the Google Meet. So there are other platforms. I will not go in detail because we are running out of the time which is there for the workshop. So there's another ICT tool for conducting the virtual meetings or conducting the virtual classes or the webinars, that is the Cisco Webex. This is very good platform. You have many options available on this Webex platform to explain the students to mute and all. Okay? So this is how it looks like when you log into your Webex. This is our institutional login. So when you click on the Webex Training from the left bottom corner, which is highlighted, you can see here. This is the login page. This is I'm telling you how to schedule a training on the Webex. So you have to click here on Webex Training. So you can see here, left hand side in the bottom corner, Webex Training. Once you click on this schedule Webex Training, here you will have the options available. That is, do you want to schedule a training? Do you want to schedule an instance section? Do you want to schedule hands-on lab? Or do you want to schedule for the test library also? So generally for conducting the classes or the meetings, we use this option, that is schedule training option. Right? When you select the schedule training option, it will open this page where you want to fill the training information or the meeting information. Right? So schedule training session, here in the right hand side corner there is templates available. You can use if any templates you have created, or you can start from scratch. So you have to enter the topic name. Say for example, if it is a lecture of the mathematics, then you can enter the topic name, that is mathematics lecture. Like say if it is a mathematics lecture of second year students, then you can do a topic name that is second year mathematics theory class. So such a topic you can do. This is a session password. If you want to provide a password, then you can. This is what you can see on right now on the screen. This is the default password generated. Or you can just remove this, delete this, and you can set your own password. This is easy for the participants or the students to enter or they remember it. Like say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or something like that. But this is not a confidential. So if you are conducting the class, it is not a confidential. So you can create a password. This is easy to enter. Now this session will have over 500 attendees. If you want to set this, you can set it. Otherwise, it is an optional. Like don't take this. Now this is important. That is audio conference settings. So select the conference type. So this is a Webex audio. So keep it as it is. This option is important. That is entry and exit tone. By default, it is a bip. That means when you start the class and someone enters late in the class, it will bip. Or if someone exits during the class, it will bip. Okay. So what it happens is during students still, although they are attending the classes from the home, still they are able to join late for the class. Okay. No Christmas at all. And that is not case of all the students that they are intentionally doing it, but sometimes it is due to the network problem. In many of the cases, the network is not good, so they are not able to join on time. Sometimes they join the meetings and due to the network error, they may get left during the meeting and then again they rejoin. Okay? So every time student left the meeting and joined the meeting, or the participant left and joined the meeting, this bit will bit the sound. Okay? And that is very disturbing for the presenter. That is very disturbing for the teacher. So turn off it. Select it and turn off it. For my convenience, I always turn off it. You decided what is your choice. So according to your choice, but I suggest this should be turned off so that there won't be disturbance for yourself as a presenter and as well as the other participants. Next is date and time. So this meetings can be recurring. So start time, that means on what date you want to start it. Let's say it is 20 September. And what is the start time? So let's say 4 p.m., 4:30 p.m. you want to start, or 9:30 a.m. you want to start. That time you can set. Time zone is a Indian time zone, is by default. Now occurrences. So do you want to have a single time meeting? Then this is a single session class. Recurring meeting, that means you want to create a meeting for an entire session. So let's say this is a second year students class, which is going to happen from March or January to the May. Okay, so for 6 months this class will be going to happen, right? So then you will have to click on the recurring a single session. That means this single session will be repeated every day, right? So when you click on this, actually I have not clicked on here, but it will show whenever you click on this recurring session, single session meeting, it will show you the list of days, that is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Okay, then from that you will have to check that if my mathematics class is on Monday, Wednesday and Thursday, right? So you will select the respective days from the recurring meeting, that is Monday, Thursday and Wednesday will be clicked, and then you will have to set the time at what time you have to do. If on every day the time is flexible, that is on Monday you have a class at 10:30, on Wednesday you have a class at 11 a.m. and on Thursday you have a class at 4 p.m. Okay, so what you can do is you can click here the timing from 9:30 to 10. Okay, or say you start at 10 a.m. whatever the earliest class timing, and you can estimate a duration. You can set this duration for 9 hours or 10 hours. So the link will be open whole day. Okay, meeting may not be conducted. Meeting will be start only when you say it is start. So, but the link is available for you. Right. So this is about the recurring or the multiple sessions. Then registration of the participants. So attendance registration, require attendance registration. So actually when you click on this require attendance registration, you must customize the form. That means there is a default template provided by the Webex, wherein you ask participants to enter their name, enter their first name, last name separately, enter their email address, enter their organization address or the name, enter their mobile number. Okay, so this is basically the information you want to collect. But if you know that you are creating this session for the students, then I don't want every time students to enter their email address and mobile number. I have their email address, so I will customize this one, that I only want students to enter their name and their roll number. Okay, so you can customize this as per the requirement, and then you click on this, that is required attendance to register. Now this is very important, that automatically approve all the registrations required. So once you click on this, whenever any new student or the participant wants to join this session, they will fill their details and join the session. So once they fill their details and join the session, this Webex will automatically approve based upon the information they have provided, whether they have correctly specified the name, whether they have correctly specified 10-digit mobile number, whether they have correctly specified an email address. If something is wrong, then Webex will give the error. Otherwise, it will automatically approve the participant. If automatically approve all the registration is not ticked, if it is not selected, then you as a host have to go to approve participant in your login, and then you have to manually approve all the participants. So don't use this because it is not required. Since it is a regular class, you should select it automatically. Then attendance, you invite the attendance. Once you click on here, you can see there is a button of the invite attendee. So once you click on this, it will redirect to your contacts page in the Webex. In Webex, you can upload the CSV file of all the email addresses of the participants or the students, and from contacts list, you can select the participants or the attendees here. Presenter here. Here in this case, like say when you have seen in the Google Meet, in Google Meet there is no separate distinction between presenter and the attendee. Okay, the host and the attendee. All attendees appear in the same section. But in Webex there are two sections. One is the host section, another is the attendee section. Attendees don't have any access. They cannot unmute themselves. They cannot until and unless host gives some permission, they cannot do anything in the meeting. But in the presenter, if you add someone in the presenter, then he or she can be able to share their screen, their presentation, he or she can mute and unmute herself or himself during the meeting. Okay? So this is about designing the schedule meeting. Once you're done with all this, you have to click on schedule, which appears below bottom in the right hand corner, and then you can start class. So once you schedule the meeting, this is the home page where you have upcoming meetings. So your scheduled meeting will appear here in the upcoming meetings, right? So there is another option which is schedule an instant meeting. So when you click on this schedule an instant meeting, here you will get a page. It will ask you the meeting name, that is agenda of the meeting, and then meeting password. You can reset the password as per your choice. Then date and time of the meeting, and the attendance email addresses, and then you can start your instant meeting from this. So here joining or starting of the meeting or the training. Here you can see the list of upcoming meetings are available. So I have to, this is a login for our classroom. So you can say this is a batch 1 practical. This is a class of all the sections for the laser fundamentals. This is the class of batch A2 practical and so on. So here if the meeting is already ongoing, then the link will appear as a join. Okay. So if the option is join, that means this meeting is going on. Okay, this practical is going on, this meeting is going on. Just click on join. So you will be able to join. In this case, in the second list, this is not yet started. So you can click on the start and you will be able to start. Okay, so you have the two options available. If it is an ongoing meeting, then you have to join it. If it is not yet started, then you can click on the start. So this is the participant view, and this is a host view actually. And in host view, we have the options available. So here you can see there is a panelist list. All the people whom you have added as a presenter will appear here in the panelist list, and all the email addresses or the people who have been added in the attendance list, they will appear here in the attendance list. So there are two sections, one is the panelist and attendance. Here you can see this symbol. This symbol is representing that this particular person is a presenter. Okay. In order to make any attendee as a presenter, you will have to first make them a panelist and then they can be a presenter, right? So chat box is there. You can check here the chat box. You can see the messages which are sent by all the attendees to you, and you can send a message through this chat box to all the participants. And here there is a drop down box. Okay, so if you open this drop down box, there are some options available. Okay, there are various options available. To select it for the presenters. So, yes, okay. So when you click on this all participant list, the option is available that you can select an individual participant. Like say if you want to send a message to Aditi only, so you can select. Then you can select this name of an Aditi, and whatever you type on the name will be Aditi. Okay. The other options are share applications, like the share option which is there in the beginning. Someone has this is Suresh Mishra. So like the share option which was there in the Google Meet. Okay, similarly here we have the share option. So see, what happens is you might not be using in your institution this Cisco Webex, but let's say if you're attending some conference, if you're attending some workshop, there they might be using the Cisco Webex. Then you as a participant have to use these applications, right? So you may not be having, like say being a student, you may not have been, like say regularly attending this classes using Cisco Webex, or you being a teacher may not be regularly conducting classes using Cisco Webex, but you should know this platform, because if you are attending any conferences, international conferences, this is a very trusted platform. Okay? Many people use the Cisco Webex for conducting the workshops and the conferences. So this is important. When you click on this share application, similarly we have 3-4 different options will be available. That is share a window, share the entire screen, share a particular platform. That is you want to share the presentation. If it is open, you want to share a video file or image. So that would be okay. So this, like say if your audio is not being connected or video is not being connected, then you will have to click on this option. It will ask you to connect to your audio file. Okay. If some of the participants have not yet joined, then you can click on this option and you can remind them. Okay, their email addresses will automatically appear over there to whom you have sent the invitation, and then you can send the reminder message directly from this participant list. Okay. See here, there is a record option. Once you click on this record option, there are two options available. You can record it on the Cisco Webex server, or you can record it on your desktop machine. Okay, so this setting has to be done earlier. So once you start the recording, it will ask you to where you want to save it. So that's it about the Cisco meeting. I'd like to this way here we will end with all the ICT tools that we have discussed. So we have discussed Google Classroom, we have discussed Google Form, we have discussed presentation, we have discussed about auto generation of the certificates, we have discussed about the Google Meet, and we have discussed about the Cisco Webex. So there are, I'm just going to end the meeting in next 5 minutes. I'll just like to tell you that the very important links and the applications that you as a teacher and student can explore. So sometimes you may want to create some very interactive videos for your class. Okay, as a student you might want to create very good video presentations for your project presentation. So this is a website that you can use to create some interactive video. Okay, so it will facilitate you to add many links to your videos and build your own video. So these are another websites by using which you can create your own video, okay, as per your requirement. This is important, that is a speaker. It's not a speaker, it is a speaker. Speaker is a website which allows you to create an audio background. Okay, in some of the cases, like say if you are presenting some scripts or you are presenting some videos, okay, when you are creating the videos, if you want to embed some audio into it, so such audio you can create it, customized audio you can create it by using this speaker website. You can note down this link. You can create your own audio also by using this speaker website. Okay, so other audio making sites are there. These are the another sites that you can use for making an audio. This is very important for diagrams, designs, and the drawings. In many cases, see, to have your presentation more interactive and more useful, you want to add some very good diagrams, some very good figures. Like say if you are explaining something about say weather, okay, if it's a class related to the environment, then you want to add some images related to your topics. So from there you get these images. So you can design some images, you can design your own drawing if you're good at it. You can have your customized diagram. So for that you can use this Thinkerpad. Okay, so this Thinkerpad can be used for designing your own images and diagrams. Then other websites are this Desmos is there for designing it. You can see here there are some pics are available. So these are the example pics. You can design your own as per your choice. This is very good. That is an educational news. Let's say the students who are related for the science and arts background, they can enroll to this newsletters that provides you the latest happenings in the respective domains. So there are very different domains are available. Right now on screen you can see there is science domain, elementary domain, maths domain, social studies domain, and so on. So whatever latest happening is there in that particular domain, you can read from this newsletter channel. Okay. So generally we use only one search engine, that is Google, which is a very much popular. That is very good. But you can even try the other search engine, that is this DuckDuckGo or Million Shots or Quant or Start Page. Google is enough, but still you should have the knowledge about this other search engines. Right? So like you might have studied in your 12th, that is there is a periodic table of various chemistry related components. Okay, but here this is not a chemistry periodic table of the elements, but this is a periodic table of various applications. Okay, so here there are so many applications are available. We know that very limited applications we know, and we use very limited applications. So here there is symbols given over here, color codes are given here. Okay, so like say if there is a green colored applications, they are used for creativity. If there is an like say this is yellow colored application in the yellow color background, then this application is for the numeracy. Numeracy, that means you can add equation, you can add symbols, you can use various diagram, numerical expressions and so on, right? If there is this purple color application is there in the purple color background, they are used for the workflow. They are to create some workflow for that purpose. So this is the periodic table applications. You can note it down, or you can go to this site. You will get this particular list of all the applications. So there are various applications are available for creativity, for demonstrating, for learning, for teaching, for collaborations, and so on. So you can explore this application instead of using only those traditional applications. This might give you a very good touch to your teaching. This will give you very good, what can I say? Like the students get bored during the online. You cannot see the teachers, you cannot see your classmates. So you get bored while teaching online. So make it some interactive, make it some more visual, so that the participants and students will be more, they will concentrate more on this presentations. So these are very much important links for the online teaching and the online videos. There are various teaching channels. Swayam, everyone might be knowing about it. This is a very excellent channel. Previously, it was happens that a few of the subjects, fundamental subjects, are very well taught by this IIT faculties, IIT, ISC faculties, and this video lectures are very freely available on this Swayam channels. You just have to log in, or you have to create a login on this NPTEL. You don't have to pay until and unless you want a certificate. Okay, so if you don't want any certificates, you can freely use the videos. You can improve the knowledge of your subjects, and it is not only for the IIT. And you can earn very good certifications. It is a paid, but if you are a student, then you can claim for a student's, you can say, concession, or you can claim even for the free of cost. You just have to fill one application form where you have to tell that you are a student, and right now you are not earning and you are not capable of to pay the fees. Once your application gets approved, you will access the courses free of cost. Okay? So this is an application of the Coursera, and all the industries and organizations, they accept this Coursera as a high standard courses certification, okay, certification course platform, okay, like a Swayam. So this is a Coursera where you can do the courses of any domain. Then TEDx, everyone knows this is not a TEDx, this is a education method. You can find out very good and excellent, innovative and recent topics available from your domain. Then other platforms are also there. There is an P channels I always recommend. So other the web-based learning resources. This is not the video, but there is some other contents are also, theoretical explanation is also available on this website. So Khan Academy, you might have heard about it. This is again very popular, and other technology related websites, open source and online courses that we call as a mixed website. Few people consider NPTEL and Coursera also a mix. So this is the Future Learn Stanford online library, the European Student, and that's more education. So these are the different online mixed websites are available. See, whenever you are conducting or whenever you are teaching any topic, contains and to update your presentation to update knowledge. You should join this. Then these are some of the websites wherein you can, let's say if you want to make your presentation interactive, you want to take the images. So don't just search on the Google. Okay, what you generally do, let's say for example, if I want to add an image related to ICT tools in my presentation, to say that what an ICT tool is. So